am the whole thing is anyways, but not to defend Nugs in any way, because Nugs is a piece of garbage just like Pedro is, because those two gentlemen have lied to this community since the very beginning of their channels, and they are what's called fluffer nutter channels. There was some good content early on in the beginning from Pedro until he turned his tail on the community and started lying to us and manipulating us and trying to tell us we should take everything and all that. He may backpedal and say, oh, well, I gave you options, right? But a lot of people were influenced by that. Not just him. There's so many other channels. I'm going over this video because we had to, because I want to see what they have to say in this video. I've already watched some of it, but they openly admit, they kind of brag like, yeah, we knew about the glitch. Now everyone's, it's like a big poker game and everyone's sitting at the table and there's all six shooters under the table and they're ready to shoot each other. And that's basically what's been going on the past couple months. And it's amazing the information that's been brought out. It's just crazy information. So let's jump into this. And I want to welcome everyone to the new channel. And if you are new here, make sure you go over to my other channels. The links will be in the description, and on my channel you'll see them to go back to the other channels. DoorDash Sucks and Gig Apps Exposed. All right, let's go right into the video here. And what I'm going to do, this is a 2-hour video, but I'm going to just go over the important parts of the video that I think are important. So I'm going to, at certain parts, I'll skip to other parts so you can see them. Okay. All right, let's start it off. This is the beginning of the interview.
Hello, son. How are you?
Hello, Father. Thanks for having me.
Oh, man. Appreciate y'all. So for just
the two biggest liars on YouTube. And just to let you know, Nugs here, this guy, is supposedly leaving the GigTube space. Why is he leaving the GigTube space? Because there's no more value in what he's been doing, because he can no longer make money doing certain things. And plus he's been a known liar, but he's creating a new channel to go on to something else. I mean, all of these GigTubers folks who have lied to us, like, they have no value or content anymore. And it's up to you guys to share these videos with friends and post this on your Twitter accounts and any social media so we can get more information out on trying to stay away from these liars and these cheaters and manipulators. All right, let's continue.
You got some clarity. I texted you last night, right? I think it was last night.
Yeah, it was like freaking 9 or 10 p.m.
Yeah, I was sitting around. I'm like, we just got done doing some family stuff. I was like, I got to get Nugs on the show. Let me see if he wants to come on. He's replied right back. I was like, all right, let's do this. So I appreciate you spending.
Oh, and by the way, just to let you know, it is the 28th or the 29th. I don't know which day, but in a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, Pedro Santiago is supposed to have possibly get his monetization back. So we'll have to see how that goes. If he doesn't get monetized, he's not going to be able to make any more money on his videos anymore. So that'll be interesting. But I mean, what kind of content can he keep giving to the subscribers? What's foolish is these subscribers will follow him regardless of whatever he does, because they're foolish. They're idiots. They followed a Pied Piper off the cliff is what they've done, folks.
Time away from Kayla, and if Kayla's there, hello, Kayla. We love you as well.
Yeah, she's in the back.
Yeah. So I appreciate you spending time with us, man. So everybody obviously knows who you are, but just give us a minute or two, how you came into the DoorDash community, making YouTube, your journey, and then kind of roll it into what happened this week, man.
Yeah, well, first I want to say thank you for all the kind words. Every time you speak to me, you always say some really nice things. I appreciate it. You did kind of sound like
Nugs is one of the biggest fluffer nutters. And he's actually going to give some not credence, but he's going to give a shout out to later on in the video, you'll see, to a guy named Trevor's Deliveries, who is another fluffer nutter channel that is so insane, folks. Like he brags to tell people that he makes $500 and $700 a day, which is a complete and utter lie. Please never believe these folks. I mean, I don't see how any of you can. It is impossible unless you are using a glitch, unless a company is aiding you and helping you along the way. In other words, you have some sort of a contract between them. That's the only way that these people could even possibly make that. No regular drivers in America could ever make $500 and $700 a day. I don't even care if you work 24 hours and you have to sleep at some point. Even in a 24-hour period, you would not be able to make it. That is a fact. Okay, folks? I know this for a fact.
Died at the beginning, the way you were like, well, he was a great guy, and he had made really
By the way, I've done one other thing before we continue is I've done so much research, folks, over the past 2 years. I've done it all for free. I'm unmonetized. This channel too, obviously, even until it gets to 1,000, I'm still not going to monetize any of these channels. These channels are merely here to help you, to give you wisdom, information, and to also do some things out in the field. I mean, obviously to fight for you guys to get more money with class action lawsuits and all that stuff, which are pending. There's a lot of them pending right now, folks, and there's one major one. But yeah, we have to recover money that's got ripped off from the drivers, folks. And you know who helped rip that money off is these content creators, in the way that they told you things and manipulated you and lied to you, and then money went in their pockets instead of yours.
Content. So if I die,
Nug's eulogy.
Yeah, pretty much. So if I die, I hope you speak of. You know,
and Pedro is one of the biggest liars on YouTube. He's not the biggest, but he's a very well-known cult leader in the gig community. He's one of the ones that just completely lies to you 24/7, folks. And he hasn't been making too many videos, folks, because he knows that he's caught. He knows that people are on to him, and that's why. And so it takes time for justice to happen, by the way. But anyways, let's continue.
Speak like that.
And he ain't the only one, folks. We're not just focusing on him. Remember that. We're only showing you the video because of Nugs here.
But no, like, so, you know, about 2-3, well, actually, what's funny about it is it was about exactly 3 years ago that I actually got onto DoorDash, almost exactly to the day. Like, it was like September 20th or something of 2020, so right around the pandemic. But I had left my job. I worked as a manager at Wendy's and then moved to manager at Speedway. But then, yeah, Kayla was the one that introduced me to DoorDash. And I was already making videos, like, obviously about other stuff, but it was like commentary and not really. The video sucked. That's why I put out 400 videos and had like 900 subs. But started doing DoorDash, and one of them just took off. But that's been pretty much my livelihood. Like, before I was monetized on YouTube or anything, like, I just did DoorDash.
If it wasn't for these guys, folks, we wouldn't have been following these idiots, right? I mean, there are some people that just go out and they never go onto YouTube and they just learn everything on their own. But it's quite hard to do that because you'd have to do it for a long time. I mean, like for myself, I have almost 5,000 deliveries, 4,737 deliveries right now. And so I have a wealth of knowledge myself, and I've given that to you over at those other two channels, especially DoorDash Sucks, because I've done a lot of ride-alongs and things to show you. I've never bragged about any money that I've ever made because I've never made any good money to brag about. I always told you guys how it really was. And that's the thing, is I always remain truthful through all my channels, folks. And the people who have credibility are the people who have told you the truth. And these content creators don't matter anymore, and they don't mean anything because they make up a small percentage of the actual drivers in this country. I mean, they're not even 1% of the drivers that are out there, but they're big influencers, and that's why you need to stay away from people like this. Unsubscribe, don't watch these videos, and call them out too for the lies that they spew. Because Nugs is one of the biggest liars. I mean, he's up there with Trevor's Deliveries, and Bentley Coupe and Your Driver Mike and all of these people, because they're all paid off by several different people to do what they do, to lie to you, to get you to follow what DoorDash wants you to follow. That's the reason they're out there. It's a big cabal that's been formed between a lot of these drivers. And they're in a big club, and you ain't in that club, by the way, folks. And you don't want to be, believe me.
Was making like 800 or whatever a week. And at the time, obviously, that was really good. But yeah, obviously here I am now deactivated.
Yeah.
Good.
So
You deserve to be deactivated, and I hope you never get your account back again, Nugs, you piece of shit.
surprised when that DoorDash video kind of that was the video that kind of popped for you on YouTube? Was that surprising at all?
Yeah, it was so random. Like, it was so random. And I have like tried to make videos similar to that one, but they've never like done as well. But I think it was just it was like the 87-hour work week. At the time, I don't think there was a lot of content at all of people doing just like really long work weeks. And I think the majority of people probably clicked it to be like, skip to the end and see how much I made or whatever. But but yeah, at the end of the day, those videos are still the ones that probably do the best. Like Trevor Deliveries, that's pretty much what he does now. He does really well.
Oh, you mean what he does is lie to everyone, Nugs, you piece of garbage. You and Trevor's Deliveries. I mean, Trevor is a really, really slick snake in the grass. He really knows how to like lie to people. And it's like, you could just see it, like how fake the guy is. The way he acts on, and this is the way Nugs acts too. He acts crazy like that. Oh, look, let me show you this. And he thinks he's entertaining people. Go and try to do what these guys do, folks. You will not be able to succeed at all. And by the way, the one thing that they don't tell you, folks, is they were using the glitch during all of this. This is how they were successful, because they were using a glitch, and probably other programs that no one even knows about, because they were privy to it, but they didn't share it. And they're going to come out and tell you that in the video here. This is just continue. Let's continue.
Oh, which is good.
Yeah, it's like those kind of, a lot of people like those kind of like challenge type videos, and they can see how much you make at the end. It's like a reveal, and they can either clown you or like celebrate you that you did well, and you know, all that kind of stuff. So So this week, obviously, you dropped the video. DoorDash deactivated you. For all of you that are coming in, the thumbnail that I put, that's his. You know, I didn't get deactivated, right? That's his. He sent me that, you know, and then I saw, you know, he made a video, and I was like, oh man, this is really happening. Like this is crazy, right? So tell us, you know, for those of the people that didn't watch the video, right? Before I ask a couple of questions here and there, tell us what happened.
Yeah. I'm glad you're giving me this chance to kind of explain it, because the comments on my video were brutal. And
that's right, because they're calling you out, you piece of shit, Nugs. You friggin' liar, you lying bastard. Lying to the community, ripping everyone off, telling people to do things that they could never do. This is what this guy did. I never really did a whole bunch of it. I didn't do any videos on Nugs during the time. I mean, I mentioned him in a couple of videos. I don't even know why I didn't focus on him, but he's supposedly getting out of the gig space pretty soon, and he has some other channel or whatever, right? Because, see, he knows he has no value in it now, and especially now that he's deactivated. But a lot of these people what they'll do, just like Dashing Trader does, is he'll go and get his family to sign up accounts, and he'll drive around with 2 or 3 different phones in his car. So he isn't fooling anyone, and I wouldn't put it past Nugs to be doing it personally on his own. But when it comes down to it, if the glitch goes away and these drivers can't even use it anymore to benefit themselves, like they've been doing for the past 2 years, basically, because the number one culprit really in the community was Richard from Sin City Deliveries. He's the one, but the only credit I give to him is actually coming out and admitting it on Pedro's live stream, and then a video that he did over at his channel admitting that but he was selling the glitch for $40 in his Discord, by the way, selling the information on how to pull the glitch. And now it's common knowledge. But if everyone's using the glitch, you might as well forget about the glitch, because it's a false fake top dasher, because you're getting your acceptance rate up to 100% and then being able to use top dasher and stuff. When the glitch goes away, you'll see a lot of these content creators go away unless they're using other glitches on other platforms, which Uber has a glitch that's out there. And I believe that a lot of these content creators know about the glitch, because Bud Soda came out on UDM stream. Bud Soda is another channel that he admitted that there's another glitch, but he didn't want to let anyone know. If anyone knows about that glitch, could you let us know? Credible information on it. Not someone will just make something up, but we'll have people check it out. But just let us know what the glitch is if you have any information on that.
I mean, I understand the criticism, and we can talk about that in a minute. Kind of your opinion about if it's stealing
And I'm
all
talking
that.
about the Uber app, the other glitch. The DoorDash glitch is the acceptance rate glitch. The Uber Eats or Uber one, I don't know what it is.
But basically, I got deactivated because earn by time mode, for those of you who don't know, is you get paid like an hourly rate. For example, I use ours. It's like $14 an hour. So $14 an hour from the time that you pick up, from the time that you accept a delivery until you actually deliver it. So you basically press complete delivery. If it was, an hour for, say, you get $14. If it was half an hour, $7, whatever. And so normally, like I said, I talked about this in my video that I made, but I didn't tell people about it before, is that I would always basically...
Oh, but I didn't tell them about it before. Oh, you didn't find it, relevant to tell anyone what you were doing before. It's only now after you've been deactivated, you piece of garbage, nugs, right? And everyone's gonna know. They already know about you. You don't care because you've already made your hundreds of thousands of dollars on your channel, right? And you're successful, right? So you could care less about the community. None of these people care about you. None of these content creators care about you at all, folks. Because if they did, they would have shared this information with you early on. It's like now everyone knows that the community is sour and bad, and it's changed the face of gig content forever, because no one will ever respect any of these people ever again. People will ask for proof. They'll want live streams, and they want to see everything on your phone, or they're not going to believe you and they're not going to follow you. So but basically what Nugs was doing, folks, was stealing time. He would drop off an order, and then he wouldn't confirm it until he got back into his zone. So if it took him a half hour to go drop the order off and then a half hour to drive back, he'd get paid for that entire hour of the $14 or whatever when he was using, earn by time. All right, let's continue.
Run. If an order was going, let's say 6 or 7 miles, and there's no restaurants in the area, in my opinion, I justified it because I'm like, well, I'm still actually working. Like, I'm still driving back. There's no chance of me getting any orders. And so I'd run out. Basically, I would text the customer, be like, your order is delivered. And then I would drive all the way back to my zone, sometimes 5 to 10 minutes, whatever. In some cases, 15, 20 minutes. Maybe they shouldn't send me out that far if I'm not going to get paid for it. But I drive back. And complete.
Oh, so you do it the way you want to do it, Nugs, right? You don't follow the guidelines or the terms of service, right? Well, you deserve to be deactivated. I hope you never get that account back on ever again.
You order, and I've always done this. I've done this since Earn by Time came out, so like 5 or 6 months ago, whatever. But yeah, this time in specific, I got deactivated because as soon as I completed a delivery, both the customers tipped really well. The order was like $36 because I ran it out for definitely longer than I should have. And DoorDash.
There's no moral and no ethics, no morality with any of these channels, folks, because none of them, they don't believe in a higher power. They don't believe in God, Jesus Christ, anything else like that. So why would they? They're pieces of shit,
Immediately came up with a pop-up that was like, this is basically something's fishy. And
you hadn't seen that pop-up before the other times you did it, right?
No, I'd never.
First time you saw that pop-up?
Yeah. Yep. That was the first time I've seen anything like that. Because I've had where like the app basically kicked me out and I couldn't log back in while I was trying to complete a delivery. I had to call support and get them to even tell me what the address was to complete it. But anyways, I ran it out for like 2.5 hours and support was like, oh, that's fine. And I didn't see a red flag or any sort of notification for that. And I got paid $30 in base pay. Obviously that was before I was like, that was unintentional, but yeah, I think it's something new.
Yeah. But what he's failing to tell you is that he's not acknowledging that he actually was ripping everyone off and stealing time. That's what he's not acknowledging.
Basically, but
and I think so that Earn by Time, you mentioned the $14 if you spend an hour. You also, if there's a tip, you'll get that as well. But with Earn by Time, for those of you that haven't done it yet, you don't know if there's a tip until you drop it off, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
you have no idea.
Yeah, that's because DoorDash hides all the information. They're not going to let you know the information. They don't want anyone to know any information, because then people would know what a scam DoorDash really is. It's a gamified system where you cannot win. Only very few people can win at that system, folks. And most of the content creators were winning at it, and they still are, because that glitch still exists till this day. And when it does end, we will let you know.
Yeah, you can't see the total or anything.
this particular order you said was kind of like both customers tipped okay, and because you ran out that time going back to where you were at, the payout was really big. So you think it kind of maybe set off some alerts in the algorithm or something, and they're like, something doesn't seem right, and then that pop-up came up telling you that they were going to look into this, correct?
Yeah, so that's what I think. Like it's either, there's two options that I think happen. Either they put something new in the system in the last week or two that will flag orders on earn by time that take considerably longer than the deliver by time. Because normally you would just get, like, it would just say you're late or whatever. Maybe you'd get a contract violation, maybe you wouldn't. I've actually never got one for that. But so either that happened, or I basically, because the total was so high, it triggered something. Someone manually looked at it and said, "Yeah, this guy's fucking our system." And so,
Oh, yeah, and he thinks it's just funny, right? It's like, folks, they've been doing these type of things for a long time, ever since it's been available. They've been doing this shit for a long time, and it's about time they get called out, don't you think?
Oh, what happened? I don't know if I can swear.
No, you're good. Yeah, I want the real nugs, man. It's all good. It's all good. All right, so let's get into a couple things. So, full transparency, Nugs and I didn't have a conversation before we did this. I said, hey, man, why don't we want to talk about this glitch stuff, the earn by time glitch or deactivation, and then like the future of DoorDash, right? But full transparency.
The future of DoorDash and the glitch. The future of DoorDash is very bleak and grim, folks. Because the fact that people found out that they were being lied to and they were doing all of these programs, do you realize the major lawsuits that it will be pending in the courts from even individual people who would be going to court over it to say, hey, I want to get paid what I was supposed to get paid, and I didn't get the money that these people were making. People were using a glitch, and I was going out and busting my balls to go and get my acceptance rate up when someone could just sit home and use a glitch. You don't see something wrong with that, folks? Let's continue.
When we did the challenge, when Nugs came to St. Louis with Kayla, we did that 4-day challenge. I made some content. Nugs.
Yeah, 4-day challenge while they were using a glitch, which I don't know if they'll admit that in here, but they are going to talk about saying that they knew about it. How come people just don't openly say it? Yeah, we were using the glitch. I mean, basically, they're caught. These people are all caught, folks. All right?
The video, we had a great time, right? It was eye-opening for Nugs, and it was just great to meet him and Kayla. We both knew at that point. I knew about the other glitch, and I shared it with Nugs, right? And he shared that.
Did you just hear him? Like it's no big deal, right? See, in Pedro's live stream he did a month and a half ago, when the glitch was first found out, exposed. Okay, Pedro wanted to stick to a date of May 8th, right? But Pedro knew about this glitch going back a year before that, pretty much way back, even since Cherry had known about the glitch. And I don't know this for sure, but I willing to bet that the glitch was well known even way before that by other people, and it's probably been around way longer. But at least for a year, Pedro knew about it. And he's a liar. Anything he says is a complete lie. You can't trust and believe what he says. So, but they're openly admitting they knew about the glitch. All right, let's continue.
But we didn't blab it to the world. But
but why, Pedro? And look at him smiling and laughing. These guys just think it's funny. But they deceived a lot of people, folks. A lot of people. I mean, he has 23 or 24 million views on his channel, on Pedro's channel. And between Nugs and him, with all of all of these channels were in cahoots too, folks. It was indirectly or directly they were involved in deceiving everyone. All right. So that's what you need to know. I mean, thank God the scam is blown wide open now,
Met each other, and we shared what we knew about it, because that's what DoorDash drivers do, right?
That's what DoorDash drivers do, but you didn't want to share that with your general audience. You were protecting us. You didn't want us to get deactivated. Hey, the only person that got deactivated that we know of now is Glitch Dash. And by the way, yeah, he showed some of his information and everything, and that's why I don't think he was deactivated because he was using the glitch. he was deactivated because he showed personal information. That's my guess on it. But I mean, this is just a cover story for these guys to make, because the whole point of it is these were supposed to be the gurus of DoorDash to show you how to do it. And there's nothing special other than them knowing information that leads them into being able to use an exploit. And even Glitchard said it's an exploit to be used, right? But we weren't privy to that information, right? What is that called, folks? That's called fraud. When you fraud the community, you lie, you cheat, you steal, you manipulate, right?
I say out of transparency, I knew about that, but neither one of us really shared it in a way, right?
Oh, isn't that a shame? And now you guys are pissed because everyone knows that you lied and screwed them. And that's another reason why Nugs is getting out of the gig space, because a lot of these channels are all closing up, folks, even the smaller ones. They don't want any part of that, right? That's why there's investigations going on, you know what I mean? Find out who these people were. Anyways, continuing.
I think there's a lot of other little glitches and this and that things people find out through Reddit or Facebook or YouTube or just having conversations with people in parking lots. But I just wanted to kind of get that out the way. I knew about this earn by time deal. So a lot of people thought like I cheated Nugs or Nugs cheated me. We both knew what was going on when we did that little competition. So I just wanted to kind of share.
Oh yeah, when you were using the glitch while you did the competition too. But you don't want to tell the audience that, right, Pedro? Right? You fucking liar.
That with the audience with Nugs here, you know. So you got that pop up, and immediately did you think, oh shit, I'm done?
Yeah.
You knew you were going to get deactivated, right?
Yeah, it was funny. I completed the order when I got home, obviously, like I said. And
Do you realize how long these guys lied to you, folks? Ever since the beginning of their channels. I mean, you know, once there's probably, like I said, we only know of the acceptance rate glitch on DoorDash, but I guarantee you there's other forms or other glitches that people can do. I had heard something about a glitch for the large order program or something, and I still haven't figured out what that was. But supposedly there was at least another one. There's many of them probably, and there's backup ones too. Meaning, if one doesn't work, but see, it wouldn't matter anyways, because now that everyone knows about the glitch, a lot of regular drivers are using the glitch, because why go and try to get top dasher? Why be this road to 100 bullshit that UDM was spewing on his channel and all that? Because it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any difference now, because people don't need to go and actually work to get their acceptance rate up. You could every couple of days or whatever, as long as you get it past the point of 70%, right? You just go home and you sit home for a few hours and just glitch out and then go back on the road. Why would you want to take because in order to be top dasher in the regular way, you have to do it legitimately. I'm sorry, you don't have to do it legitimately, but if you do, it entails you taking low tip and no tip orders. So, but this way it bypasses that by using the acceptance rate glitch to pull the glitch. That's all you really need.
Sitting right next to my girlfriend, and I was like, that's weird. I was like, that's weird that this came up. And then what's funny about it is I expected it to take 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, whatever. DoorDash is usually pretty slow with that stuff. But I got the pop-up, and then I was like, okay, let me just type in what this says on the like Reddit or whatever, like Google. I found a Reddit post, and as I'm reading it, this guy's like, yeah, he got that pop-up, and then he got deactivated like 10 minutes later. And I was like, that's weird. And then,
so what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to pause this and I'm going to play until I get to a good something that will move on to a different subject. So I'm going to just skim through this. Okay, so I had to stop because I found a section to show you guys. Hold on a second. So basically, Pedro's going to openly admit that he's going to say, well, he's not going to admit that he works for DoorDash. He's going to deny that he works for DoorDash or that he signed any contracts or anything like that. but he's getting kickbacks in many, many different ways. And when these people sign non-disclosure agreements, they can't tell you anything. They're not supposed to say anything because that would ruin it for them. And that's how Bentley Coop was able to lie to everyone for the longest time. DoorDash Diaries, he openly admitted that he was lying to the community, and the community still stayed behind him, which is really ridiculous. Like some of his subscribers, like he is the biggest corporate shill. So these guys, the jig is up. We know what's going on, folks. But anyways, let's continue here. Let's play it.
Full transparency to both of our audiences. When we did the challenge,
full transparency to our audiences, really? But you wouldn't tell them about the glitch, right? And then you had the friggin' nerve on your live when Torp was on there with Glitch Dash and UDM and all that. You had the nerve to pretend that you actually cared by saying, you want me to tell my community to go use a glitch? He goes, F you, man, F you, like as if he was protecting the community. No, the reason they protected it is because they knew that if everyone knew about the glitch and was using it, it would water down their ability in their markets to get better money and better pay and everything else. Because the acceptance rate glitch allows people to have a continuous flow of whatever's out there. And the best orders will come to that phone at some point. You may get some bad orders, but you're going to get a lot of good ones. When you're in a low acceptance rate, you don't see that. They'll only send it to you, because Glitchard was right. He said, if you have a tiebreaker, someone's at 100, someone's at 99, they'll send it to the person who's 100. So this is why they were using the glitch, folks. But he wouldn't tell you, right? And he's trying to say that he was protecting the community. He doesn't give one rat's ass about the community at all. They're both liars. Nugs is a super liar, big time.
Nugs came to St. Louis with Kayla. We did that 4-day challenge. I made some content. Nugs made the video. We had a great time, right? It was eye-opening for Nugs, and it was just great to meet him and Kayla. We both knew at that point. At that point, I knew about the other glitch, and I shared it with Nugs. Right.
But you wouldn't share it with the community, right?
That one with me, but we didn't blab it to the world. But we met each other and we shared what we knew about it, because that's what DoorDash drivers do, right? So I just want to say,
no, you mean only content creators who are in a cult and a cabal share it with each other, not the general public, right, Pedro?
Transparency. I knew about that, but I didn't. Neither one of us really shared it, like, in a way, right? And I think there's a lot of other little glitches and this and that things people find out through Reddit or Facebook or YouTube, or just having conversations with people in park.
Other glitches, not just the acceptance rate glitch, right?
But I just want to kind of get that out. Like, I knew about this earn by time deal. So a lot of people thought like I cheated Nugs or Nugs cheated me. We both knew what was.
No, what you did was you cheated the community. And I just don't, some of the people who are still following these fools are a bunch of real idiots. They really are. Like, anyone that's following them, and it really is a cult, because it's sort of like the Jim Jones Guyana Kool-Aid drinking cult, because Jim Jones back in the 70s, folks, he was able to amass 900 people to go on the island of Guyana, because it was a whacked out religious, false religious group. And Jim Jones got 900 or 850 of these people to actually drink the Kool-Aid with cyanide in it. And this is basically what Pedro is like. He is literally like a Charles Manson person that would lead these people to do anything. And this is why I always did those videos on the Pied Piper that leads you off the cliff, because people, these channels are influencing people, and they're lying and they're cheating and stealing through the forms of how they do it by manipulating the drivers. But they don't want to share any of the important stuff with you, right? Because other than that, they have these content creators don't have any game. They don't have any game. They're just regular people that learned of glitches and all these things to try to manipulate you to get into different programs. And why wouldn't DoorDash back them and pay them off, because they're helping deceive the masses of people that they need to be able to do their job. Because why does DoorDash hide every bit of information from a driver? Because if a driver could make a sensible notation in their mind and go, wait a minute, this 275 going 12, 13 miles down the road is not going to give me any benefit here. Why would I take that? And they tell them, oh, if you're top dasher, you have to keep your acceptance rate up. Well, they send you a lot of 275s and 425s and $5 ones that are ridiculous, that are not profitable, they're not prosperous, and it's just meant to keep the scam going. DoorDash is one big scam. The gig apps are a big scam, folks. They are. You may think that there's value in them, but there really isn't.
On when we did that little competition, so I just wanted to kind of share that with the audience, with Nugs here, So you got that pop-up, and immediately did you think, oh shit, I'm done?
Yeah.
You knew you were going to get deactivated, right?
Yeah.
All right, here's the important part that I was telling you about. I had to back it up a bit.
It completed the order when I got home, obviously, like I said, and I was sitting right next to my girlfriend, and I was like, that's weird. I was like, that's weird. And this came up. And then what's funny about it is I expected it to take 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, whatever. DoorDash is usually pretty slow with that stuff. But I got the pop-up, and then I was like, okay, let me just type in what this says onto like Reddit or whatever. So I looked at it like onto Google.
The funny thing is that girl Kayla, or his girlfriend or whatever, it's just because Nugs got deactivated, he'll just use his girlfriend's account or whatever if he wants to. I mean, probably personally, maybe, who knows if his channel is over. By the way, Uberlift Phoenix is a channel that I don't really like particularly, but he did a video talking about how Nugs was full of shit and that he was a liar, because he called out Nugs because about 3-4 months ago, Nugs made a video saying he's leaving the gig space, and then he came back, and so Uberlift Phoenix made a video about him, right, calling him out, saying that Nugs is a liar. And Uberlift Phoenix is a pretty straight up guy, but he's a little weird. But he does, I mean, if anyone does the gig space the right way or whatever, is probably him, unless he knew about the glitch. But this guy works his ass off during the summer, and then during the winter, and then takes the summers off. But he said he was unsubscribing from Nugs because Nugs was a complete liar, and that's exactly what Nugs is, and so is in Pedro. Let's continue. Here's this part that I was telling you about.
I found a Reddit post, and as I'm reading it, this guy's like, yeah, he got that pop-up, and then he got deactivated like 10 minutes later. And I was like, that's weird. And then my phone went off, and I got the notification that I was deactivated. So it was within 10 minutes of completing the order.
That's wild.
They didn't mess around, dude.
That's crazy. And it's hard. We don't work for DoorDash. I don't know a lot about coding and algorithms at all.
We don't work for DoorDash. I don't know about codings and algorithms at all. Do you think we believe this guy after we found out he lies to us, and so doesn't Nugs? I mean, we can't I'm not saying it's 100%, but we can't put it out of the realm of possibility. Do you not think that DoorDash came and tried to give him a contract? If he signed a non-disclosure agreement, folks, right? He couldn't even tell you that he was working for DoorDash. He would have to deny it like he's doing here and lying about it. So just because Pedro tells you that he doesn't work for DoorDash, or Nugs tells you he doesn't work for DoorDash, doesn't mean that they're not working for the corporate office. Doesn't mean that at all. You don't think the talks that he had at the GigCon with Bentley Coop, DoorDash Diaries, and Bentley openly admits that he had contracts going. He tried to get Megan Reisman to sign a contract, right? So why would he not get Pedro under the wings and Nugs and all these guys? They're just deflecting to try to make you think that they're not part of DoorDash when they're both lying to you. You know what I mean?
Neither one of us are experts in that, right? But I definitely,
but you're an expert in lying, aren't you, Pedro? All right, I'm going to pause this until I come up to a better part to show you in the video if there's anything else I want to show you here. So let me just pause this, and I'll be back. So I skipped past the part. I probably shouldn't have. Maybe I'll just back this up a little bit, because Nugs and Pedro seem to think what they're doing, or what Nugs was doing with the earn by time, while he was not completing the order until he got back. And he's not admitting that that's what he did. He was talking about declining, accepting, whatever. But what he was doing was not confirming the order completed until he got back into his zone. So he would just continue to make money driving back the 20, 30 minutes back into where he was. So Pedro will say, here, let me back this up here. You see, because he's going to say, oh, we don't think it's stealing.
Glitches or whatever we want to call them, and those accounts will be deactivated. What do you think?
I think it depends on what the glitch is or what the loophole is.
Let me back it up a little bit
like
more. Here we go. 20, right around here.
I think that's, the stealing thing. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think I can understand why some people use that word, because you're driving back to a
listen to the dumbass Pedro, right? Oh, some people think it's stealing, and I don't know, right? It's clearly stealing. Now here's the thing, folks. DoorDash does a lot of things against the drivers. They manipulate us. They do all this, but does two wrongs make a right? Just because they're stealing, does that mean it's you can do the same thing? And I think Nugs made an analogy, which you guys didn't hear, talking about when he worked for Wendy's. Oh, he had people sitting in bathrooms being on their phone and stuff. Well, they're not supposed to be doing that. If you need to go to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom. And is that considered stealing time? Yeah, but they're trying to justify that it's okay to do that and rip off the money from the company, right? Now we're getting ripped off all the time, but how would Jesus look at it if he had to look at it from a big or a small view? He'd say, no, that stealing is stealing. It's like punching a time clock and staying over time. And a lot of people have no problem doing it. They just think it's okay. So these two idiots, these two geniuses here, think that it's not stealing. It is stealing, folks. All right. Let's just continue a little bit here because I want him to say what he's going to say. Let me see.
When you've already done the work. But to your point, if they're sending you 10 miles, 15 miles out, while you have the opportunity to decline it or not, hey, you're still facilitating that order for the customer. So you're still
facilitating it. So that justifies ripping off the money from DoorDash through stealing it. In other words, Nugs doesn't like the $14 an hour that he's making or whatever and everything. So he has to try to increase it, right? Or whatever. In other words, he doesn't like the fact that he's getting paid on active time. Well, I don't either. I don't think. By the way, I don't have active time in my area, folks. I'm sorry, I don't have earn by time, and I do think that drivers should be paid. I think they should be paid from the time you turn that app on until it shuts off, until you're done, no matter whether you have an order or not. But that's why that the senators and the people were bribed in California in to change the law from AB 5 down to Prop 22, so that it would only go to earn active time, which is wrong. But it doesn't mean just because that's happening that these drivers can take it upon themselves to try to steal, because it's stealing. What does the Bible say? Thou shalt not steal, right? And stealing is in any and all forms, folks, okay?
The customer's need, you're just taking more money from DoorDash, right?
Right.
Oh, it's okay to steal from DoorDash, right? Oh, because they're stealing from us. That's not the way you handle it, boys.
I think stealing is a wrong word. I think taking advantage, finding the loophole makes more sense.
No, what you says doesn't go, folks. 2 into 2 doesn't 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 5. It equals 4. He's just trying to mix word games, folks, to confuse you, to make so don't you think that will influence people, like to say, oh, Pedro's right, maybe we should do the same thing Nugs was doing? That ain't stealing. Yeah, just justify the theft, right?
I think I'll be interested to see.
All right, I'm gonna pause this and we're gonna go on. And I'm gonna try to find something else important to talk about here. I don't want to do the whole video, folks. I'm not critiquing this whole video. Okay, so what I've done, folks, is I fast forwarded towards near the end of this video. What I'll do is leave the links in here so you guys can watch the whole Nugs interview if you want. I fast forwarded to an important part because Pedro is going to come up and talk about how Dashing Trader has about 20 different accounts and all that. Everything that they're doing is is fraud and against the terms of service of DoorDash for sure. But it's also, I mean, it's on a higher scale, folks. But listen to this bullshit here. Let's get into it here.
Choose to do the route where basically you make a really good video that you upload maybe 1 to 4 times a month, and then in your case, like at the end of the day, if there's no content, people still want that content, right? People still want.
What he's getting into here, well, in a roundabout way, is they're kind of admitting that there's not really much content to make on gig content anymore because it's already been reshuffled and redone a million times. So the thing is that because the glitch is out and all this, what more value can these guys make? I mean, that no one's going to be watching people's content, gig content, to show them how to do anything because it's all been done, and most of us didn't know about the glitch in the first place. All right.
See something about DoorDash, and so that's where you come in handy, where it's like you are that consistent creator that people like to listen to. And by the way, you're a really good speaker. I just want to say that. Like, I envy that a lot. You're very good at communicating.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's real good at communicating. I mean, you realize, folks, that you've been deceived forever, however long that these guys knew about a glitch or multiple glitches, because we still don't know that. The only thing that was ever really acknowledged and admitted and exposed was the acceptance rate glitch, with the exception of the Uber Eats glitch, because there is one for Uber Eats, folks. All right. Matter of fact, let me try to show you a clip here if I can find it. Hold on, I'll pause the video. Let's see. Okay, I couldn't find it, folks. I look crazily, but I've posted it a couple of times. It's over on one of the videos on both channels. Bud Soda had released that in an UDM interview where he said, because UDM asked him, since the glitch has been found out on DoorDash and this and that, and are you gonna move on to some other content? Well, I already know about a glitch that's on Uber Eats, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to get anyone in trouble and all that. No, it's just because he wants to protect it so they can keep using it for themselves. So it's like if it, and believe me, there's probably glitches on all of these apps, folks. Don't kid yourself. All right, let's continue here.
Communicating, especially in your videos, and you get your points across really well. I'll sit and I'll have to, you remember this, maybe when we were in St. Louis, I was recording and I had to stutter and then like re-say what I'm thinking or whatever, like multiple times because I can't.
Oh, I remember. Across. Yeah,
exactly. But you just one take and you're just really, really good with it. But I think people really like that about you, is that you're.
Oh, you mean the fact that Pedro's a really good actor? He knows how to act and lie to you and manipulate you on camera, right? Because he's charismatic, just like all the cult leaders like Charles Manson and Jim Jones and everything. You have to be in order to lie. I mean, these guys openly admit that they lied to you too.
Appreciate that, man. I try
really, really well.
I try. I'm an old man. Listen, I'm old. Listen, you're my son, man. So
yeah, you're an old man, but you aren't wise. That's for sure, Pedro. You're a friggin' idiot.
Thousand tribulations of me. I've just, trust me, it took a while to get to the point of just rambling and it not being crazy and you just saying it. You know what I'm saying? It takes practice, right? Okay, so now you deactivated on DoorDash. Obviously, you have other apps, right? So, will you? I mean, I know in your video you said, "Yeah, I'll still drop some videos about gig content," but obviously, it's not going to be DoorDash. Or are you going to be with Kayla doing some gig content with DoorDash to pop a video? Or what can viewers expect from you on the channel? Like, I know I kind of asked it, but let's
expect more lies when needed and when applicable, because the only way these guys can actually do any of these channels legitimately, they don't do it legitimately. They do it underhandedly to lie. So because most of the things are just fantastical and not able to do. There are some times where they show you some bad days, but the only reason they show you that is to make you think that, oh yeah, they aren't Superman, they're human. But then 99% of their days are all wonderful and they're making $200, $300, $400 a day and all of this stuff and $2,000 a week, which is just utter lies, total lies, because the only way they could do it is using the glitch.
and maybe you haven't decided, but like, do you think you'll get to the point where you'll want to make a DoorDash video now that you can't make one? Does that make sense? It's like it's being taken away from you. So are you going to get that itch to like make one of those videos, you think, at some point?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I kind of do miss it, but I feel like that could just be because I don't have it. But if you're kind of asking, like, is there going to be any content, like gig-related content on my channel? Or am I just saying that so people will shut up? No, I'm interested in Instacart. I'm really interested in Instacart. That's basically the big one. And
yeah, well, we'll have to find out in the future is what's the glitch for Instacart, because guaranteed, folks, there's glitches on all of these apps. You have to assume that it's the same thing, because all of the apps are owned and controlled by the very same people who own DoorDash. And I think I've proven that on many levels. If you watch the videos over at my other channel, especially the ones on, if you look up who owns and controls the gig app companies or DoorDash or any of them, and you'll see BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, Bank of Saudi Arabia, China Bank, all of these different ones. They all, BlackRock is the main player in all of these companies, by the way, and all owned and controlled by the World Economic Forum.
Anything, maybe I'll do like a monthly recap. I did think about that idea where basically I know that's not very often, but once a month, put a lot of time into basically recording. You're retired from the rap game. Yeah.
I wanted you to see that one. Yeah.
But basically, let's say I work 100 hours, let's say in a month, like 100-hour month on Instacart, and sort of a recap of all of that, I think would be interesting.
That would be cool. I mean, listen, I've been doing a lot more Instacart. I think during the...
Yeah, you know why? Because he doesn't have any content to tell you on DoorDash. What is he going to tell you after the glitch has been exposed? You know what I mean? Like, if you notice, right shortly after the glitch was exposed, all of these channels stopped making videos on their channels about DoorDash and what you can do to make money and everything, because there's nothing else they can tell you, because everything is a lie, Okay, so in this part here that I'm going to show you, this is where he's talking about, like people are saying in the chat, oh, well, Nugs, why don't you just make another account, whatever. And they laugh about it, because you know what? They're deflecting the fact that that's probably what they're actually doing, is using multiple accounts. So let's play this.
Tried, dude. It didn't let me in.
Yeah, it's you need to get with Trader. You need to get with Trader. Trader, I think Trader's got 20 accounts. He even says, he's just like, he even says it in a very braggadocious way. I just get a new account. And I don't know how Trader's got the secret sauce. I just talked to him.
Yeah, you know, folks, that is fraud. What they're actually doing, that is fraud, because they're using all those different accounts. I mean, Dashing Trader, he's a walking fraudster, is what he is. Fraud and lies. He might be. Maybe you can hook him. I don't know. Yeah. So hey, man, I appreciate you taking this time. I know you made that video, and people are like, well, "Why are you having them on?" And more than anything, I just want to kind of talk even more about the future of what plans you might have and where your mind is. There is no future for these guys, and most people that think they can just cross over to a new to do a new type of video channel, it's very hard to do that, because just because they found one niche somewhere doesn't mean they can create another niche. And very few people follow you from that space, especially once they figure out that they've lied to their community, which these guys do all the time, folks. They lie their asses off. With this, I think this, for me, it's like, I look at it like a positive for you. It might allow you to all right, really go all in on the other things. And it seems like you are. I know you're making, in your video, you mentioned you got some videos coming up. All right, I'm going to pause it because there's only a few more minutes that I want to show you here just for this Pedro Nugs video. And then we'll move on to the next part of the video. Well, I couldn't stomach listening to the rest of this interview. It was just you know, it's hard to listen to people that you know are a bunch of liars and that manipulated you. And I can't stand these two folks. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to leave the link in the video in case you want to watch the the video without comments and stuff. So let me move on to the next thing here, folks. Okay, folks. So in this next section of the video, we're going to be going over a couple of short videos by Zach Drives Fast. Before we do, I wanted to show you, he has about 13,000 subscribers now. The last time he posted any videos on his channel was about a week ago, 7 days ago. And then in his live was back 4 months ago. So he really hasn't been doing much on his channel. But what's been happening is he's hooked up with the Rideshare Guy channel with Harry Campbell and all them. And so he's getting paid big time by them. This is probably one of the reasons why he stayed away from talking about the glitch. He wants to call it a baseless conspiracy theory, right? But it's not baseless because there's a lot more that has come out since the glitch has broke, folks. Now, we have to assume that Zach, his interests do not lie in the drivers, folks. It lies in lining his pockets with whatever money he can make. Especially with, you want to talk about moral and ethics. Moral and ethics have gone out the window with this guy. And he probably is a corporate shill for DoorDash and some of these companies anyways. We can't prove that at the time, but he's definitely sold out to the system. So he's been getting involved in these payday loan situations, which is not good. In other words, that's the video we're going to go over. So let's jump right into that here. So, okay, hold on 1 second, folks. I want to just play this clip for you. Okay, so what I wanted to show you here, folks, is a commercial. Oh, it's not a commercial. It's an actual news report on payday loan scams. I'm gonna play this for you first, and then we're gonna jump into the Zach video. Okay, here we go.
Payday loan scammers and loan lenders are taking advantage of thousands of Americans in need of financial help. As News 10's Dawson D'Amico reports, an investigation found thousands of people are being misled and scammed by these predatory practices.
As many Americans are finding themselves in financial hardship, they are resorting to payday loans for short-term solutions. Now, they are noticing a rise in the number of people being misled by these companies to make their problems much worse.
Just over the past 3 years, we've received over 3,000 complaints about payday loan companies and the hundreds of thousands of complaints about scams regarding payday loans and those type of debt collections.
Chris Babin of the Better Business Bureau in Lafayette says the payday loan companies and scammers are exploiting people in desperate need of help. He says they are not aware of what they're doing.
There's interest rates in the triple digits to where when people are coming to time to pay back the loan in 30 days or so, because they received it in lieu of their paycheck, they're not even able to make the payments, and they're ending up in a lot more debt than they were to begin with.
Scammers are stealing personal information by pretending to be debt collectors.
So as a consumer, what we would tell you to be on the lookout for is unsolicited communication. So you receive a text or an email or phone call saying you're eligible for this money, that should be a red flag. But also any loans that require money up front, advance fee loans, should also cause a red flag to go up as well.
The Better Business Bureau, which conducted the investigation, is advising everyone to familiarize themselves with the payday loan industry. They warn the people need to be aware of the red flags to prevent scammers and loan companies from taking advantage of even more Americans. In Lafayette, Dawson D'Amico.
Okay, so, folks, the thing with the payday loan scams is that these companies are predatory in nature. And what they do is they prey on people's weakness and their vulnerability, and also the fact that they know people need money, so they put them into these type of loans where people are paying 800 to 1,400% and 2,000% more than whatever they borrowed. In other words, the payback for the money sometimes is 10 times the amount of what the actual loan was done for, because what it's designed to do is continue to keep sucking money out of your account while keeping you poor and you're doing everything to try to pay. And this is why they try to they attach your bank accounts and everything else. And so the best thing to do, I mean, if you ever got caught up in something like that, is just to discontinue your bank account, like end it, close your bank accounts out. I wouldn't even get involved in it because it's one big mess. Okay. And so let's just jump back. Let me jump into Zach's video here. Okay, so this was done over at the Rideshare Guy channel. Now, Zach has been making all his efforts, and everything he's been doing is for the Rideshare Guy, because obviously Harry Campbell must be paying him handsomely for doing all these videos, because he's basically just kind of put his channel on hold. Of course, he's still making AdSense money and stuff off it. Now, in general, all of this stuff, there's nothing wrong with making money on YouTube and stuff, as long as you're a legitimate, honest person. But now, seeing past the rose-colored glasses, so to speak, we can see that he's very much up these people's asses, brown nose, and getting as much, money he can from all of these different avenues. But he claims to be for the drivers when in fact he's really not, folks, because if he was, he would care about the fact of the glitch. He never spoke publicly on the glitch from what I'm aware of. He never tried to warn people of it. He never spoke of it. And there's a big collusion there. And part of that collusion is through these different channels. And the Rideshare Guy channel is a really big channel, folks. So anyways, let's play this video by Zach here. This is about 8 minutes long. This has to do with Uber, but it gets into payday loans, okay?
Uber Eats is doing something that a couple of other companies...
Oh, by the way, just before I play it, I just want to say this, that this is a guy that I thought was a good guy and that I trusted enough to put on as a featured channel on my both of my channels. And since I, back when the glitch first broke and he put out like this community post telling everyone that, oh, it's a conspiracy theory and all this stuff. I mean, he's trying to deflect away from what the real truth is, folks. So he doesn't like being called out. But Zach, guess what? The DoorDash police is investigating you. You know what I mean? And investigating other content creators like you, because you are out here deceiving the people just as much as the rest of the other community. So and I had always said that if I ever found out Zach turned the other way and turned on the drivers, I was going to call him out. So I'm calling him out here. All right, let's continue.
Already done. But can they do it better? Customers will soon see some new options on Uber Eats. In this video, we're going to talk about what these new features are, what they mean for drivers, but more importantly, what they mean for our money.
Are you a rideshare driver who needs extra cash? Meet Wallet. We're a cash advance company.
Now this is Wallet, okay? He's heavily promoting this Wallet thing. This is a payday loan scam company, folks, okay? And you just saw the predatory practice of what payday loans are. Now, if you don't know much about payday loans, folks, they thrive on people who are vulnerable and who are desperate, and they know people need money. So it's like taking an advance out on, future pay to pay back these loans. And if you're not in debt, like even worse now, you will be in the future if you take these crazy loans from these companies. So he's promoting this. Shame on you, Zach, right? Because he'll do anything for a buck, folks. This guy is a scam artist, okay?
Trusted by over 90,000 drivers. We help drivers who need cash advances for paying insurance, vehicle maintenance repairs, gas money, and any of your business-related endeavors. We have an extremely fast application process, allowing you to have your money in 24 hours. It's fast, no impact on your credit score, and no credit checks. We approve your application based on cash flow from your rideshare business. Join Wallet today and never worry about being strapped for cash again.
What's going on, everybody?
Now, there's probably a kickback that goes back to the Rideshare Guy too, for posting the wallet in his video, because this is on the Rideshare Guy's channel. So not only is Zach involved in it, but all of the people who are involved in the Rideshare Guy channel, including Kim Kim Side Money Plans and Harry Campbell and Avedian and Chris and all of them, because they're all probably getting a big piece of the pie, because a lot of people watch these videos, folks. So they get kickbacks when people join. Beware, drivers. Do not join any of these payday loan things. You'll be in debt to them up the wazoo. You won't be able to pay it back. Okay?
I'm Zach Drives Fast for the Rideshare Guy, and in this video, we're going to talk about AI, the companies competing with each other, and more customers being able to order than ever before. And, of course, how these changes will affect the drivers. Technology is always evolving, and when used correctly, makes our life easier, can automate boring, repetitive tasks, and it can provide information in the blink of an eye. Hell, I remember being a kid in the early 90s and using a computer for the first time. This is what Yahoo looked like in 1996, and yes, that is actually the front page of Yahoo in October of 96. This is what the internet sounded like, and this is what a picture looked like for the first 5 minutes it was loading. Fast forward about 26 years, and there's this thing called artificial intelligence. It can simulate thinking and logic. Can have a
Basically, he's promoting automatic intelligence. The automatic intelligence, folks, right? The AI is what's destroying humanity. And this is what Jeff Thomas Black talks about as corporate AI. Anyone who would promote this stuff, including that Curbivore thing that was out in California with the automated robots and the electric cars, electric vehicles and all that, EVs, is part of the whole scam too. So don't get fooled by this stuff, because this is going to be the downfall of humanity, folks. It's a technocracy and a corporatocracy. Remember that.
full-blown conversation with you. It can even diagnose medical conditions. On top of that, it can pass the bar. AI is everywhere, and whether you hate it or love it, it's likely not going away anytime soon. We're seeing more and more companies relying on its technology, and yes, that includes the gig apps. In recent months, we've seen...
Yeah, and that's why people are getting screwed, lied to, manipulated, because AI is running it, and it's not a person, folks. Okay? And Zach is backing this stuff. Piece of garbage he is. Piece of garbage.
Both Instacart and DoorDash working on their own AI technology to bolster profits and make for a more seamless customer experience. Maybe you're meal planning, but your normal go-tos are getting just a little bit stale. Or maybe you pissed off your doctor and they're making you switch to some weird diet that you know nothing about. Fear not, though. Instacart's AI will suggest various dishes and then create a shopping list for you. Essentially, you can skip the meal planning, the shopping list, and the shopping itself, and let Instacart's AI, along with a human driver, do the work for you. The future is a strange, strange place. Like,
the more and more these channels, these content creators get involved with all these third-party apps and all this stuff, the more they sell their soul to the devil, folks, because they don't care about you. These are the content creators you need to be aware of, to stay away from, to not promote and not to tell people about. You need to be listening to good channels that actually care about you, folks.
Instacart. DoorDash has been working on its own AI technology, this time in the form of a chatbot that'll ask you various questions about what you're in the mood for, and then suggest various dishes from local restaurants. The chatbot will then place the order on your behalf, again, removing most of your workload. Personally, I think it would be really cool if this were like ChatGPT, where it remembers previous conversations and preferences. That way, when your significant other is mad at you, you can just tell the chatbot that you're in the doghouse, it'll do the work for you, and you can go right back to schmoozing. Anyway, I digress. Now, we're seeing Uber embracing AI technology, and what they're doing, in my opinion, is pretty unique. Like the other two.
See, he's not trying to tell you that it's bad. He's trying to tell you to embrace it and that it's good.
The information presently available suggests that Uber's chatbot will help you find what you're craving. But it does a lot more than that. Uber is touting the on-sale aisle of their AI. Essentially, what this means is if our customers are on a budget and in a hurry, they can press a few buttons within the...
You can bet that if he's promoting Uber right now, he's definitely partnered with them, folks. I mean, there's no question about it. I can see it written all over him. He may not even be partnered with DoorDash, but he's definitely partnered with Uber. No question about it. NDA, non-disclosure agreement.
Uber Eats app and see what's on sale. So, what does this mean for drivers? Well, people love convenience. That's why apps like these and services like Amazon Prime exist. However, generally when people think of gig apps, they associate them with being very pricey because they typically are. I mean, as both a driver and the occasional customer, I know that I can order one entree for myself on one of these apps, or for a
This is just this is an infomercial for Uber to promote Uber. It's ridiculous. And just a short few months ago and a year ago, he was telling you how we're getting screwed by all these companies. Now, isn't it funny? He's another flip flopper. He flipped the script, folks. He's another liar and a scam artist and a manipulator. You know,
approximately the same price, I can take somebody with me to dinner. That's why I think that the on sale section is going to be really great. It could potentially attract a bunch of new customers that otherwise wouldn't have used the apps due to the expense. Inflation's been crazy. We've been seeing more and more people spending less and less money. If a customer knows that after a busy day, they can send an Uber Eats and feed them.
They're going to be spending lots and lots of less money pretty soon when no one can afford to even buy a can of soup at the store. Friggin' foolish people. You guys don't even have any idea how bad this economy is going to be. DoorDash and Uber and all these, they're already doing bad. They're losing money on every order that goes out. That's why they're ripping off as much money as they can from the drivers. Uber is so fantastically bad, almost all around. Like, the drivers hardly ever see any good orders coming through. It's terrible. It's worse than DoorDash.
Our entire family for significantly less than what it would usually cost. That is going to lead to more orders for drivers. Of course, when you're dealing with frugal customers, they may not be as inclined to tip well or at all. So, like always, you need to make sure that the orders you're accepting make sense for you financially. It's important to note that Uber Eats has not rolled these new features out. They're expected at the end of this year or early next year, essentially right in the middle of winter when we're typically our busiest. The timing for these new features couldn't be better. The kids are back in school, the weather's getting cold, the daylight hours are shorter, and people rely on convenience services more and more. Ultimately, the gig apps are competing with each other, but assuming you're doing it right and you're multi-apping, shouldn't matter which app the order is placed on because you're going to be there to get it. Speaking of competition, Uber's taking another page out of DoorDash's playbook.
Oh, by the way, Zach, thank you so much for telling the community about a glitch that was out there that the other content creators were using. Wink, wink. Like we don't think that you were using it. Huh. Friggin', you're despicable for doing it, for not telling the people, not sticking up for them.
In the next several months, customers will now see a new payment option. Customers who receive food benefits through their state will soon be able to place grocery orders on Uber Eats. This will result.
This is definitely an infomercial for Uber. I mean, how is it any more obvious? Is it any more obvious, folks? You know why he's not promoting DoorDash? Because he did bash DoorDash early on his channel, right? Remember all the videos he made about how bad DoorDash is, right? Remember that, folks.
Huge uptick of grocery orders on the platform. But is that a good thing? It's yet to be seen if Uber's going to allow customers to tip using a different payment method. But my suspicion is almost all of these orders will be non-tip. Depending on how Uber handles this may or may not be a bad thing for drivers. Walmart Spark customers are able to use their food benefits and get their orders delivered. And, of course, almost all of these come through without tips. But there's a catch. Because most of these orders don't have tips, they frequently get bonus to the point where it doesn't make sense for the driver not to take them. In fact, I've been paid upwards of $25 to take a single jar of peanut butter about 2 miles. Just yesterday, I got paid about $15.
Really, Zach? How come I wasn't offered that? I've been doing Uber for 3 years. Actually, almost 4.5 years because I did rideshare at the time I was still doing Uber Eats. How come I never got something like that? Are you privileged? Of course. You're a content creator who's lying to everyone about what you do, and then you don't tell them the real facts and the truth. Why wouldn't you? Because you're trying to get people on board for Uber. You're not bashing Uber here, are you? Not saying one bad thing about them, are you?
Orders to drive a single bag of Doritos about 4 miles. Not bad money. Now, do I think that Uber Eats is going to bonus orders quite that heavily? No, I don't. But ultimately, the company does have to get these orders delivered. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that we could see Uber bonusing these orders to the point where they make sense to take. Essentially, chances are pretty great that we're going to see a massive uptick on grocery orders for Uber Eats. The downsides are yet to be seen, but my suspicion is most of these orders will probably be pretty low paying and generally not worth the driver's time. That is, unless Uber substantially raises the base pay on these orders. Who knows? We may be seeing a ton more trip radars in the near future. Food stamp cards cannot be used to add tips. So, will we see Uber Eats adding an additional payment option?
This is how despicable the companies are too, how low they'll go that they're actually allowed to use EBT food stamp cards, right, for people to order food. And you just heard what he just said, but they're not able to leave tips in there. So what do you think that means? No, less tips, no money for the people. That's how bad and how desperate Dara Khosrowshahi is, and how desperate Tony Hsieh is, and all these companies. And they're all in cahoots together, folks. All of the app companies are owned and controlled by the very same people who own individual. Like it's a conglomerate of people. And all of these content creators are going along with all of this shit. That's why Zach sold his soul to the devil, okay? Just like the rest of them did.
For customers for optional driver tips. And even if they did, would the customers use it? Assuming most of these orders come through without a tip, will Uber make them worth the driver's time? Or are we just going to have a bunch of new trip radars in the near future? Ultimately, time will tell, and we're just going to have to wait it out. What are your thoughts? If you were a customer.
You just heard my thoughts. I mean, it's all predatory practice. It's all, and apparently Zach is just going along with the program, isn't he? He's not like, he's the same as all these other content creators who sold out to the system, folks. He's compromised. He's been part of it too. I wouldn't put it past him to be corporate from one of these places that he's supposedly partnering with, okay? And he definitely signed non-disclosure agreements. That's why he doesn't talk about anything, why he never helped expose anything, right? And he's flipped his script now. Now he's got involved with the Rideshare Guy channel. It's obvious to see where he's been a turncoat onto the drivers. He turned his back on the drivers.
Would you be more apt to give Uber Eats a try with their deals section? Is this a good feature for drivers or not so much? What features would you like to see Uber Eats roll out next? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Oh, yeah. Gee, thanks, Zach, for helping us out. All right, there's one final thing I want to show you here. Okay, so there's a channel called Everlance, okay, and this is a commercial for Everlance, okay? Only 960 people ever viewed this off of the Everlance channel. And this is just a commercial for a third-party app to track mileage and taxes and all that stuff. But this is Zach doing the commercial, so this is another third-party app that Zach is using. Okay, now see, some of this stuff wouldn't be bad if Zach didn't go to the Darth Vader side of things. He's basically was an Anakin Skywalker that went to the dark side. And that's why he doesn't give a shit about the drivers anymore. But let's roll this 37-second commercial.
Hey, I'm Zach. I'm a DoorDash and Uber Eats driver. It's a great way to earn extra money on my time, but it comes with a lot of expenses. For instance, new tires, phone holders, chargers, and insulated bags.
None of these third-party apps can help you, by the way. None of them. They're part of the scam too. And not only that, but they surveil you. They can listen to your conversations. They track and control and send back data and information to different agencies. It's not a good thing to be involved with, folks.
I knew all of these were tax deductible, but the problem is, I'm forgetful. I'd lose receipts, and as a result, I'd lose out on the deductions that would have helped me at tax time. But I found the solution. Check out Everlance. This app allows me to quickly enter my expenses, but the best part is, I can take pictures of my receipts so I don't have to worry about losing them. Tax time is going to be a breeze.
All right. So, Okay, so this is about it for the video, folks. I want to thank each and every one of you come to the video and the subscribers that come here and from my other channels. Make sure you spread the word of these illegitimate content creators that are just a thorn in everyone's side because they're just misdirecting and lying to people and doing everything for their own gain. They don't care about the drivers. I do, and there's other content creators that do. You just have to make people aware of it. And I want to leave you with this original little commercial, or whatever you want to call it, intro. I call it my first intro for the new channel here, DoorDash Police. This is Jeff Thomas Black, and he was in an interview, and so I made this little piece, and I'm going to end the video here with this, and I will catch you guys and gals on the next one. Thanks for listening. Here we go.
Steve asking for trouble. Yeah, sure. Steve did ask for some trouble, and he found himself some trouble here, right? He found himself a heap of trouble because he ain't got nobody watching his channel anymore. The man lost his credibility. I learned the truth about Dad Dash 13 one day. I learned the truth about saying it like it was one day. I'm learning who all the compromised, violent individuals are. You don't think that we need to know who the compromised, violent individuals are and then just make a defense so shocking as you would be before we put this stuff straight for you? That's why we got the DoorDash police. Brian from DoorDash Sucks is also the DoorDash police. And he woo. You got the DoorDash police coming for you, son. You got the DoorDash police coming for you, son. You're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to enjoy it, whoever you are.
Well, hey there, fellers. Well, hey there, fellers. Well, hey there. Hello. Hi. Well, hey there, fellers. All right. Hold on. Well, hey there, fellers. Well, hey there. Hello. Hi. Well, hey there, fellers. All right. Stop sharing. Okay, let's see here. There we go. How's everybody doing? It's a dad dash and a dad dash and a DoorDash police a morning. Yeah. Dad dash is not very organized this morning. As you know, I am Dad Dash, and let's see. So that was a great show, Brian. Very much appreciated. Thanks to everybody for being here. Let's just take a little look at at a preview of the community channel, because I know a lot of times y'all don't get to see on the channels. You don't get to see the previews. So let's share this. Share screen. We're going to share the Jeff Thomas Black YouTube. That would be me. Yeah. All right. Now you see here, I'm very dominant. Got 411 subscribers. 411. Woo. We got a game, Robert. We got a good game. So let's see. Secretly searching for dong. Yes, we are. We're going to find a dong right here. We're going to find the ding of the dong. We're going to find the ding of the dong. The ding of the dong is called Dad Dash. You believe this guy? Look at this. Steve M. Askin II has something for you. Let's watch. We're going to watch. This is Dad Dash. This is Steve Askin 13's advice for you. Let's go.
There we go. Come on. That's what we're trying to go after, guys. Right there. Come on.
Are you a top slot?
Come on. Yes. We need that minor. $30. Come on. You got more in you.
Dominating.
Come on, we need one more. Yes. Keep going. Show us some words. Minis, minors, minis. Come on. Got lucky 11. $11.50. Is that max?
Dragon Lake Happy Phosphorus bonus after
All right. Mini.
bonus after
$18. All right, bonus. Here we go. Want a big one. Biggins. Damn it. Return.
better than watching click.
Yes.
So you got that.
That should be a good line payout. Paying the jade coins, paying
Who's stinging my dog? Who's stinging that dog?
the bells. This is a cash out, so that's good.
Well, this is Dragon Lake Happy Phosphorus bonus after bonus for the dad.
Return. Oh. Hey, we're doing it again, man. Bells. There only could have been a bell over there in the fourth row.
Food up. You got the food. He's a very religious man. He's a very religious man. Let's see. Two bells here. Two bells there. And then food. Wait a minute.
Oh.
We're DoorDash here.
Oh, it wants to give us a return right here.
Hold on.
Damn it.
Oh,
$21.60.
oh, wait a
Go
minute.
ahead, babe.
$1
That grand.
again? Holy shit, this is exciting.
That major grand. All right, there we go. Catch one. Oh, I saw the mini going through there. Come on, mini. Pop something big.
You know, you got to do.
All right, we'll take it. Come on, fireballs. All right. Lucky 11.
I got nothing. $4.
Connor Ball.
Oh my God, I'm gonna retire.
Good.
Oh,
a mini. Heck yeah, man. Oh, big ones. Come on. Give us a minor.
Thanks, Robert. Was in a very short box.
Yeah. Keep them coming.
Oh, Dad Dash kind of tough gambling spot. Dad Dash kind of tough gambling.
Yeah. Come on. Keep them coming.
Steve Askin.
Come on. Yes. Come on. Get another one. Yes. All right, come on.
Get on the Dad Dash train.
Time is now.
Train on the game.
Come on, fireball right there. Fireball.
Oh, I don't get breaks for nobody.
14 of them. That's a good one, though. Those are some nice ones.
Yes, Dan, you are giving. Yes, sir. Asking sluts. Asking for sluts.
$50. We'll take that every day.
Asking for sluts.
Well, go ahead. Let's do it. Big one. Major. There we go.
We're winning.
Yeah, there we go. Come on. Keep them coming. Keep them fired up.
You got to join the channel.
There's a mini coming through here. Come on. Give us something there.
Right here. Sub.
Fire one. At least one. Yes. All right, good.
Bad gambling.
Major. Come on. Mini, minor, major.
Terribly unexciting, Steve Askin 13.
All right, hold the spin. Right there. That's what we're bringing. Bring it right down there. Come on. Green. Yeah.
Being scammed by the dad, by the Steve Askin. Oh, it's another winner. Oh, $3.50. Oh, $5. Oh, 11 collected. Well, that was exciting. That was. Let's go back to the Askin for Sluts commercial. To the Askin for Sluts. Let's go back to the Askin for Sluts channel. Well, let's see what we got here. What we got here? Well, let's see what we got here. Let's see. We played sluts at the Hollywood Casino in this.
All right, guys. First spin of the day. We got a bonus. Good. Oh, man. Come on now. There we go. Got something. It's a win regardless. Let's get that major.
Yeah, really.
And we've already learned it will spin on its own.
Yeah.
That debate has been settled. And, well, I have a license.
Monetize this channel. I can.
That's our winning ticket. That's our losing ticket.
Utilize the seeing. Let's look up here what we got. So, welcome to Askin for Sluts 24/27. Askin for Sluts 2024/27. Steve Askin 13. We are a gambling entertainment channel where we share our gambling fun with you. That's 3 exclamation points. So it's more like we share our gambling fun with you. We are husband and wife team that enjoys gambling for entertainment and fun. Just as the name says, we want to know what you are asking. Oh, I get it. I'm asking for sluts. I'm asking for sluts to see. So please leave suggestions for what you would like to see. More sluts in the comments, and we'll try to roll that beautiful. Oh, these are that sounds like Trump. Beautiful corporations. We got a beautiful bonus footage for your personal pleasure and enjoyment. I'm not quoting there. He just said enjoyment, but personal pleasure is certainly part of this. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy. Dragon Link, happy and prosperous bonus after bonus. Boom. He's that man banging unicorns. That man bagging unicorns like a banging unicorn banging man. Yeah, you know, Steve, I ain't no hair guy, but can we just get rid of this? Can we get rid of that? Can we just get rid of that? Can we do the hat or get rid of that? Asking for sluts. Okay. DoorDash song. Yeah, that's a good one. You guys should check that out. That's a good song. It's a good song. Oh, look here. Who is Steve Askin 13? Where did he come from, and how is he qualified to be an expert in dominating the gig economy? What are his relationships to other gig tubers and to the gambling industry? He has a bachelor's degree in sociology from Shepherd University. Let's expand this. A West Virginia public liberal arts university. See, my resume is also on the LinkedIn, so you can find out these same things about Jeff Thomas Black if you want, as Dad Dash. Is a diverse community of learners and a gateway to the world. Well, I never heard me about the Shepherd University, but I'm sure it's a fine institution. I'm sure that's a fine institution. Let's see here. So we got the LinkedIn. Let's go to that LinkedIn here. Can we see that? We're going to share this tab instead. Here's Steve Askin. Steve Maskin Askini. Steve Askin Maskin Askin. Steve Askin Maskin Askin Askin Maskin. Right? We got the Steve Maskin Askin. We got Askin for the Steve Maskin. We got the Askin Maskin for the Askin for the Maskin Askin. Right? So here's the Steve Askin. He got experience. He's a branch manager at financial service. He's a branch manager, and he's an assistant manager at the movie theater. So he's a man with a gambling issue who works in the finance industry and now wants to give you Rube advice. This is fucking hilarious. This is fucking hilarious. Okay, let's show you. Let's show you the old Jeff Thomas Black. Let's show you Jeff Thomas Black. Well, let's just compare. Who's this Jeff Thomas Black guy? Who is this bastard? Well, he's writing a book. He got some education. He's got some profile views. Let's see. He got lots of featured content. I don't think he got any gambling content about how to work on the sluts. No slut. There ain't no slut. There ain't no slut content. Ain't no content about the gambling with the sluts. We got the Glitchgate. We got stuff. See, you can see that he runs him some businesses, been a consultant, been a relationship executive. Look at Dad Dash when he was all young and handsome at the McDonald's World Headquarters. That's right outside the McDonald's World Headquarters. Gibson's is the bar that all the executives go to right outside the McDonald's headquarters in Chicago. Look at how handsome young Jeff Thomas Black is. Who wants to date that young man? I certainly do. That handsome young man. Look, so relationship executive. I was the national director of sales and service for the largest childcare company probably in the world, but certainly in the U.S. That ain't much though, right? And I was president of some companies, and I worked in global software. Oh, look, here, this is for my friend Wild Alaska. Guess where that is? That's the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. That's midnight in the Arctic, July 2022. Look at how young and handsome Dad Dash was. Look at how young and handsome that non-gambling man is. This is all very cute. I don't know if you're talking about me. Yep. No sluts. You got to gamble on them sluts. Slut gambling. You got to get the slot gambling. You got to win at those sluts. These sluts are lucrative. So, yeah, went me hiking in the wildlife refuge. Got dropped off by a float plane, hiked around with nobody and nothing for 2 weeks. It was very exciting and very dangerous and very fun. I liked it very much. So let's go. You can go all the way back. Holy shit, this guy's fucking old, right? You can see I was a sales representative back in New York. So you got the whole Dad Dash, you got the whole Jeff Thomas Black timeline here. See, I'm a real person. I never sold you on the sluts. I never sold you on the gambling with the sluts like the Steve Askin. We're going to share this tab instead. Never sold you on the sluts. Now, let's see. There's the Steve Askin. There's Shepherd University. That's a fine university. Now, some of you might be asking yourself, who is this Steve Askin 13? Who is this Steve Askin 13, and why is 13 his favorite number? Why is 13 Steve Askin's favorite number? Steve Ask Clown, right? Steve Ask Clown. Why is that his favorite number? Well, we can only guess. I'm guessing 13 is just his lucky number somehow. He's a gambling man. He's a man with a gambling addiction, most probably. Now, Steve Askin, the slut king, the king of the sluts, he told you and everybody lots of stuff, but he told you that he's a sociologist. He's a sociology expert. And he told you this nice young lady here, this young lady who's his wife, he said she's a mental health professional and she was diagnosing Jeff Thomas Black over YouTube, which is actually a HIPAA violation if you happen to know anything about the professional ethics of counseling, which this woman allegedly does at the, which high school she do this at? Dad Dash. She does this Musselman counseling. This woman right here, Dad Dash got him lots of gambling contacts, which he was lying on the lounge last night saying, those aren't my contacts. Well, I went and checked your little channel there on the Xbox, on the Twitter there, Steve Askin, Maskini 13. And yeah, them are your contacts. You got all the gambling contacts in the world, you degenerate piece of shit. Yes, you are. You're a degenerate piece of shit. Yeah. Yeah, HIPAA's a federal crime. That's right. They violated Jeff Thomas Black's rights by this person who claims herself to be a mental health professional, participate in with this man. Now, this man got on the YouTubes and he told people that Jeff Thomas Black ain't got no book, that he's a cult leader, and that let's see, I ain't mad. I just think it's the funniest shit because Dad Dash just made himself a whole heap of trouble for his family. See, because this lady actually apparently does work in the mental health field here at the Musselman Counseling and here at the Musselman High School, right here in Inwood, West Virginia, right? School counseling department. She ain't allowed to go telling people that they got mental illnesses they don't have. See, I had plenty of healthcare in my life, and none of them diagnoses ever matched up to what the slander, which it actually is slander, sir. Steve Askin, doing the slander, going around telling people that that there is mental health issues, that there are diagnoses, and that his wife and him are both mental health professionals. Well, that's called fraud, son. See, Steve Askin wants to watch his children if he got some. I assume he got some real children. He claims he does. He claims he claims he's got a couple kids in there and stuff. But this boy is coming on. He's telling the world who he is, that he's some credible source of information about your and somebody else's mental health. Now, see, that's just fraud. That's just fraud. That's just fraud. That's a HIPAA violation, and that's just fraud. So he's this boy's making a heap of trouble for his gambling in the sluts and for his family and for his children. So the Steve Askin, you know, we probably don't want to spend a whole lot more time on the Steve Askin, dad dash sluts turning into the gambling addict that's going to now lead you into the domination of the gig economy. I think dad dash might need to dominate his own predilections to the sluts. I think dad dash got himself some major. Steve Askin, sperm donor, $750 a whack. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, you want them Pedro? I'm gonna give you them Pedro. I'm Pedro. I'm Pedro. I'll come visit you on the nature trails with the dad dash. We're gonna teach you to play some sluts online. Can you do the slut playing? I'm a slut winner. I tell you, I beat them sluts every chance I get. Let's see, Steven Askin. I love this shit. This is the dumbest motherfucker I've seen in a long time. Long time. The dumbest motherfucker I've seen in a long time. And this fool, Steven Askin, right? This fool wants to play the sluts with you. High limit. We're going to watch more of this. Wait. Spring. Hold on. Wait. Is somebody telling me that the Dad Dash is giving us how to lose $264.32 on his YouTube channel? I'm so confused. I am so confused. Oh my God. Okay. Let's play some more of this. I want to learn me how to lose $264.34. Let's go.
Oops, go ahead.
Come on, John.
Well, how sweet would it be to get a dancing drum explosion? Boom. Oh, come on. Ah, run the dog.
We having fun now. Wow, limit.
Come on.
Oh, all right. We'll take that.
720. We're good. Come on. All right. $9.
I'll take $9. I'll take it.
Now give us the drums. Give us 3 drums then.
I was gonna say it went ahead and did what you said.
3 drums, please.
We'll tell you, we needed it.
Yep.
This is not good. Robert,
Come on. There you go. There's the volume.
Woo! Playing for that million. Oh, the explosion one is $1 million.
I know.
That would be absolutely marvelous.
That's exciting right here.
Oh, damn.
Well, that was
Wait a minute. How big of a problem does this boy have? $415.69. Hey, somebody in the chat, tell me how long it's going to take you to earn $415.69 after taxes on the DoorDash. How long is it going to take you to earn the overpay of my negative $415.69 on the Steve Askin, Askini sociology DoorDash scam? How long is it going to take you to earn that $415.69? Yeah, these people in big trouble. These people in big trouble. They're DoorDash police. They're in big trouble. We got the dashing drum explosion round 2. I like this is play by play. This is some exciting stuff. Dancing drum explosion round 2, $100 in circa Las Vegas. Now, Dad Dash, Steve Askin, Maskini, Askin, 13. He lives in the West Virginia. So, like, how's he getting them out there to the Las Vegas and playing around on them sluts all the time? I'm wondering and waiting to see.
all right, go ahead, babe.
Don't make me have to be a liar.
See what happens.
You could give me another vote. Babies.
I know that would have been sweet. Ooh, nice. All right,
$3. Come on, yellow drum.
It's a matter of timing, babe. $9. All right. We need it. Let's go.
Oh.
All right. Well, babe, I have to say you were right. I was wrong.
52.80 on that. We didn't get a yellow drum though. That's okay.
It doesn't matter. Still a drum. All right. Do the 3 free games. Let's go big.
Go big or go home. Go big.
Right.
Come on.
Well, we're still up over the second 100 we put in, so that's good.
Oh, give us another respin.
You just dead spun us?
That's it.
Yep. I'll take it. $100.
Yeah.
$111.30. We'll do a backup.
Yep, backup spin and done.
All right, cash it out. All right. All right, man. You can go ahead and hit play.
Ah, we almost did it.
Come on, quick hits. Oh, damn it.
With Steve 13 with the
We got our bet back.
Wrong one. There you go.
All right, we'll take it. Damn, we need some sevens over on that other side. Come on, line it up. We need one more quick hit.
Come on, free blitz. Give me like 10 crickets.
Yes, we got $5. $14.
Yay.
Hey, put this back over 100.
Oh.
even Thomas Schubeck probably tell you he was upset by the glitch P. He was very upset by the glitch P. All right, let's play. Let's asking. Remember, we are asking for slots. We are asking for slots. We need us some slots.
Oh, cherries. Thank you. Where's your coconut? Three crickets. Whoa.
Damn it, we need more quick hits. Oh, they got in the way over there.
There's something.
Love.
Man, I would love to get the blitz. I want to see what it's like. Come on, blitz.
Come on.
Don't be shy.
Really great content. Look, man, I don't blame you. That's what we're here for. We're here to lose some money with the Dad Dash, with the Steve Askin.
Like, share, it looks like ass.
You know what the funniest thing to me was that Steve Askin, who told me his name and got his freaking name up here in public, he said that he didn't tell me his name, but I got his name off his email. This man can't tell the truth to save his life. This man couldn't tell the truth for 5 seconds, right? This guy is, I mean, did he tell us he's a degenerate gambler with the Askin for Sluts channel? How come Steve Askin Maskini Maskin of the West Virginia didn't tell us he's a slut addict? How come he didn't tell us he's addicted to the gambling sluts? Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, he's going now. The Steve Maskin asking. Now he's minus 141.96 and he's minus 514.75. Let's put that in the chat. So minus 514.75. Let's just put that in the chat. Everybody like that? There we go. Minus $514.35 for the Dad Dash. How much? How long would that take any of you people in the gig economy, any of you app slaves, to earn that $514.75 after taxes that Dad Dash is pissing away on the sluts? Yeah. This is pretty ugly stuff. Let's go for the ask. I love me some slut machines. Okay, so let's go to the asking for sluts. We got it. This is a good channel. This is a good channel. This is a good channel. What do you got for shorts? What this man got for shorts? Oh, Bellagio, conservative. I've been to the Bellagio. I've been to the Bellagio. 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 Let's see what the hair has got going.
All right, guys. So we want to come back and show you. We just hit a quick hits. $75. There we go. We just magnified our win by a lot. All right, we'll be back.
Bang a unicorn. Wait a minute.
All right, guys. So we want to come back and show you. We just hit a quick hits. $75. There we go. We just magnified our win by a lot. All right, we'll be back. All right, guys. So we want to come back and show you. We just hit a quick hits. $75. There we go. We just magnified our win by a lot. All right, we'll be back. All right, guys. So we want to come back and show you. We just hit a quick hits. $75. There we go.
Isn't one of them DoorDash founders that Stanley Tang? Ain't that guy? Isn't that guy a degenerate gambler like the Dad Dash? Isn't that guy a degenerate gambler like the Dad Dash? Woo! Let's get over here. Look at that. I am your primary view. Dad Dash right here, the primary view. That is a lot of chicken McNuggets, my friend. That is a lot of chicken McNuggets. Hanging with the shoe. Now, well, one of them whoppers, Stephen Arrow, one of them whoppers that I'd love to see the proof of is Dad Dash said Tony Shu got him his top dasher status because apparently Steve don't know how to do a glitch. Steve can't do a glitch, but Steve did apparently get the unreachable, untouchable CEO, billionaire, founder of DoorDash, Tony Shu, to take interest in his Steve Askin 13's top dasher account. I don't believe that man. That man's got to provide proof. Robert Reese, if you out there, the news channel, Thomas Schubeck, Glitch Dash, you bastard. Why don't you guys ask that Dad Dash for some proof that he and Tony Shu ever corresponded? Because I think we'd like to see that. We'd like to know if this degenerate gambler addict with the Askin Maskini, Asking for Sluts channel, if this man has a relationship with Tony Shu, we should know what that is. Yeah, shouldn't we know? Robert Reese, does anybody believe that Steve Askin got his top dasher reinstated by Tony Shu? Does anyone believe that? You put a 1 in the chat if you believe that Steve Askin 13 got his top dasher reinstated by Tony Shu himself, the CEO of DoorDash. You put a 1 in the chat. I want to see anybody who believes that. I'm going to go ahead and put me a 2 on behalf of Dad Dash. Go ahead and put me a 2. I do not believe that the Steve Askin has ever had any grace or help from the Tony Shu. I don't know. DoorDash police maybe thinks that Steve Askin, Askini is actually a DoorDash confidant. Maybe Steve Askin, Maskin in West Virginia, 13 knows him some Tony Shu. You think? You think they might have a little personal relationship with the sluts? I don't know. They play themselves a lot of sluts. I bet you. See what we got here. Almost a full screen. I don't know what that means.
Decent, not bad. Not great, but not bad. Decent, not bad. Not great, but not bad. Decent, not bad. Not great, but not bad.
We want to help that nice man out. We want to help that nice family man out. 88 fortunes. Let's see which one's the most popular. Dancing drum explosion. We saw that one. high limit jackpot. No, we got 88 Fortunes, got 624 views. We can watch that. Asking, Matt, we are asking for sluts. Remember, everybody go. We got 233 videos. You need to go subscribe yourself because we go to the home. We're going to go to the homepage and we go about. Welcome to Asking for Sluts. We are a gambling entertainment channel where we share our gambling addiction fun with you. We are a husband and wife team that enjoys gambling for entertainment and fun away from our children. Just as the name says, we want to know what you are asking. What you asking to see. So please leave suggestions for what you would like to see in the comments. Well, I'd like to see you win some money, I guess. I mean, I've seen you lose 500. Can you win any money? I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that. And we will try to roll that beautiful bonus footage for your enjoyment. Well, how much enjoyment could one get out of this? I'm getting a lot of enjoyment. I am getting a lot of enjoyment out of this. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy it. Well, I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. Yeah, Steve asking for trouble. Steve's asking for trouble. Well, this has been a special edition of your gambling addiction and your DoorDash police and your Zach drives money trains over you and your glitch knobbing and your nubbing nugs and your nugs nubbing and your Pedro blowing and your unicorn banging. This has been a wondrous morning. I am Dad Dash. There is no other Dad Dash anywhere in the world. You can ask for sluts anytime you want over here on the Steve Askin Maskini channel. And we'll just see you all later. You have a great day.